been to places that I'll never go, seen some faces that I'll never know. I keep dancing, but it's just for show. Whoa. Look up at the sky full of stars. Close my eyes, I only see the dark. Tell myself I wanna seize the night. Alright. And we walk this road together, and I still feel like I'm alone. Just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. Just hold on. Together, but I still feel like I'm alone. Just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. And we walk this road forever, and I can never find a home. Just hold on, just hold on, just hold on. Just hold on, just hold on, keep holding on. Just hold on. Can never find a home. Just hold on, just hold on, just hold on, just hold on.
Well, hello and welcome, folks. This is Porsche Cup Challenge, the Euro Global Division. This was round two. This is this is not going to be exactly live. This is going to be based off of the replay from what happened. So we're just going to be doing a real good recap broadcast of what happened on that Sunday race. How did that go down? How did everyone make that pass or lose that position? Right now, as you can see, we're just moving on through our qualifying, doing an awesome, I find it awesome anyways, introduction with some cool music, cool views, camera views, play around with that, and there we go. And that's going to be the introduction so far to our Porsche Cup Challenge race. This is our triple heats format. This is our new and updated format. This is going to be 3 race starts. Heat 1, Heat 2, Heat 3. First heat, as some of you guys will know, is going to be 10 minutes. 10 minutes standing start. You start where you qualify. Now, in a lot of Porsche Cup racing, within the first 10 minutes, the field has mostly sorted itself and made itself into either small packs, or you're starting to run out on your own. And so that's partly why, and we've chosen that 10 minutes for that initial heat, basically to put on display that you qualified where you should be racing. Now, that second race is 15 minutes, so it's a little bit longer. And now we've got that reverse grid top 4 in that second race. So 15 minutes, it's a little bit longer, so it's more opportunity to show what you've got for a little bit extra length of time. And with that reverse grid top 4, you have to be smart about it. 15 minutes is actually a lot of time out on the racetrack, let's be honest here. So you have enough time for sure, if you're in 4th position after winning, to get into 1st and win the race, most likely, right? 15 minutes is a lot of time. Either way, if you can't win the race, gaining as many race session points as possible is definitely the way to go. So I think everyone's set up properly on the timing tower for Pro and Am. I think I'll have to fix that. And that looks like that's our qualifying. Okay, so perfect. So we'll put, there we go. He will become a pro. And there we go. Kirchbergler becomes a pro driver, I think. Does he? No. Maybe not. Anyways, we'll sort it out as soon as we can. So, our starting grid, though. Yeah, forget about that on the left. Here is our starting grid. There we go. So I'm going to pull that away so it's not in the way. There is our starting grid for the race. Emil Koopman's put it up on the pole position. Andreas Kirchberger is in 2nd. Alistair Pollock will sort out the pro and amateur for the next race. Don't you worry, folks. Ryan Walker starting in 4th. Congratulations, Ryan, for coming on back. Glad to have you back. Saw you one race a while back. And yeah, I'm just glad to see a familiar face joining us once again. Got Tyler Marigula consistently here. Love this guy. Number 5 in this race to start. Byron DeBello in 6th. Gonzalo Fernandez. Going to be his first race with us this evening, this week. Rudolph Dombrowski. Actually, I don't think he even started this race. Unfortunately for him, he missed out, let's be honest. And then we got Adam Schmidt will be pulling up the rear. I'm just waiting for everyone to ready up, get onto that grid, and then away we'll go. And I think I want to pull away that and bring up that timing tower. You can see who... No. Let's hide that timing tower. Here we go. It looks like the lights are... Yeah, I think everyone's up on the track. Lights are about to go green. Here we go. And away they go. There's the green flag. Barney's waving that green flag. Here comes Emil Koopmans. He is in the pole position. Andreas Kirchberger up the inside. Emil's Emil's possibly losing the lead off that first turn. No way, he's able to keep on keeping on. And a 3-wide situation with Adam Schmidt, Gonzalo, and Alistair Pollock. Alistair Pollock is losing a lot of positions. He had an absolutely horrible start off that launch. And through turn 1, he is now at the very back of the field after such a strong qualifying. He's not exactly where he was hoping to be. I can absolutely guarantee that one. Ryan Walker, he's up 1 spot. Marigula is up 1 spot, a little bit of a wiggle, so that is going to bring Byron, who's right behind him, even closer. So Tyler, beware. Gonzalo, his first race, he looks like he's going to be a fast driver out there. And so we're going to find out after this race. I like that. Jagermeister, as we go through that swooping left for the very first time on the cold tires, absolutely a treacherous turn. Cold or hot tires, let's be honest here. There goes Emil. He's already built up a 1.2 second gap. Wow, to Andreas Kirchberger. I'm going to bring up everyone's full name. Where is that last name from? Full name. So now you can see their first and last name. There you go. If you haven't set your flag, then it won't show up. If you're curious how to set your flag, I can go over that a little bit later. Adam Schmidt going out of that corner much better than Byron. Byron deciding to go up the inside, under braking, maybe not, backing out, thinking better of it, and that's going to have Gonzalo is ahead. Adam Schmidt throwing the defensive lines. Here we go. This is Alistair round the outside on Tyler through that final corner. That hairpin, that is a hard braking zone, I gotta be honest. And going around the outside, that's a tough move. Tyler down a few spots after that one. Gonna be going a little further up ahead. Here is Andreas Kirchberger. I'm going to start calling him Kirchbergler. How about that one, eh? Ryan Walker, he's here in 3rd place. Gonzalo is up a whole bunch of spots. As we saw down that back straight and through those final few corners, he made up quite a bit of positions. Adam Schmidt making that spot on Byron through that back straight. Oh, it looks like a little bit of a bobble from Andreas Kirchberger, and that's put Ryan Walker ahead. And now under fire from Gonzalo Fernandez. Fernandez is right hot on the tail of Andreas. Car 665, he's really seeming to struggle out there on those first few laps, trying to get those tires warmed up. Trying to get those tires warmed up and just stay focused. And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier is, you know, you can qualify well, but can you race well? 10 minutes, is it enough? It absolutely is. And within 10 minutes, so much can happen. And we're seeing that right here, right now. The field is already within 4 or 5 minutes, starting to thin out here and there. And yeah, look at this is Emil Koopman's way up ahead into that hairpin braking zone. Here comes Ryan Walker, Andreas Kirchberger. Yes, Burglar. And here is Gonzalo. He's making that move to the inside, under braking. Little bit of respect given from Andreas to allow him to have that space. And Andreas still walks away ahead, as you can see right there. A little bit further back, you can see Byron DeBello has Alistair Pollock right behind him. Is Gonzalo going to make a move into turn 1? Not quite. He's going to be waiting it out. I hear. Oh, and there's another mistake from Andreas. So he is really struggling. His mind, I'm sure, is just not in the zone, and that is going to put him at risk for losing another position here. He's already down 1. Well, luckily for him, Gonzalo's going super wide. Adam Schmidt's joining this fight. This has become a 3-way tango for 3rd position, the final podium position in this race. I like that. That is the cool. I gotta say, that is the coolest little dinosaur car ever. That pink The Think Pink Machine, I love it. For Alistair Pollock, car 221. Byron DeBello defending to Alistair. Alistair is wanting on through. He's going to eat him alive. That is so funny. I like that. I like that a lot. But there's that sweeping left turn. It looks like Gonzalo getting an excellent exit through that sweeping left turn, locking up the brake. Everyone's locking up the brakes, and there goes Gonzalo again, the better of that one. Compared to Andreas. Andreas is now off into the sand using one of the escape roads to try and stay in control of his car, but just not able to hold on to those positions. Tyler Marigula trying to take advantage of that mistake as well by Andreas, and Andreas is just bleeding spots. He's got to get his head into that game, or else he's going to lose one more and be at the very back of the field. Absolutely not where you want to be after 10 minutes and starting that next heat race. Here we go. There's Byron in the background throwing the defensive line to Alistair. Yeah, that is Alistair in that pink car. You know how you can't get that one wrong. That pink car that is bright as hell. So, oh, a little bit of a miscue between those cars. I'm not sure if Alistair was up alongside or not to Byron DeBello. But yeah, I'm not sure if Byron understood that he was there or was taken by surprise. I have no idea. And unfortunately, because we're in a replay right now for this broadcast, we're not able to take a second look at what happened. But we just gotta trust that these guys just were making an honest mistake out there, because that really does happen. Anyways, here we go. We're going back up to Gonzalo Fernandez with Adam Schmidt in tow. He is 8/10 behind. We're actually going to just ignore Emil Koopmans a little bit with his 5.5 second gap to second place. He is just so far ahead. And it just also shows that within 10 minutes, it's absolutely enough for a lot to happen. Good and sometimes bad. And, you can really show you qualified where you where you mean it. So here's Byron. He's coming down this turn with Tyler directly behind. I think Andreas is making up some of those spots again. Oh, and there goes Tyler. Andreas is into the sand. And so Andreas, all of that effort to gain some spots back just is absolutely not going so well for Andreas here. Someone's been the Kirch burglar on him tonight. On him today. What would you even say, folks? Today, tonight? I don't know. Anyways, I will actually take a jump up to the leader right now, Emil Koopmans, who's having an excellent drive. What are the fastest laps for everyone in this field? We have just a few more minutes to go. We have a minute and a half. Let's take a look. Emil Koopmans is running a 2.202 on race fuel. So that is an excellent lap. Gonzalo is just putting it at 201.9. And so this is just showing the pace that everyone's got approximately in this race. What is the weather, of course? You really want to know. 26 Celsius ambient, 36 Celsius track temperature. So that gives you a better reference of how fast, slow, or whichever these guys are doing. And Ryan Walker there with a 203.2. It just shows that Ryan in second place, that consistency matters the most. I mean, of course, if you're fast and consistent, you're going to be someone called Emil Koopmans, and you're going to be in first place here. But if you're not, consistency is definitely the key, because that's brought Ryan Walker up 2 spots total, and he is now fighting for second against Gonzalo Fernandez. Is this going to be the very final lap? I actually think this will be the last lap. Oh, going a little bit wide, and that is going to bring Gonzalo even closer to the rear end of Ryan Walker. Is he going to be able to get it done? He's definitely in that sweet spot draft range as he heads down towards the final few corners before that back straight. And there goes Gonzalo right now. Ryan Walker giving it up easy. I think he may have had a slowdown in that situation. A little bit further back is Adam Schmidt. He is not close enough to make any advances there. And the next few cars back, Byron DeBello, Andreas Kirchberger. And Is he going to be able to get a run on to Byron? Oh, it's definitely possible. Oh, and there he goes. And there he goes up the inside towards the hairpin. Ryan Walker, is he out of fuel? He's now just let Adam Schmidt make a pass, and I am not sure what this is all about. This actually, you know, what it also may be about? He wants position 4 for that reverse grid top 4, and that's a sneaky, clever little dude there, eh? But we'll have to see if that one actually works out for him. There's Adam Schmidt coming across in 3rd position. Emil Koopmans, no, we did not see him crossing that finish line. It looks like he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel. Oh, and that is going to put him way down the order, much further than he was hoping. And let's bring up that results of that Heat 1. There it is. There it is. There is the results of the Heat 1. There you go. Emil Koopmans, the winners, 8 seconds ahead of Gonzalo Fernandez, who started at the very back of the field. Adam Schmidt in 3rd. Andreas Kirchberger in 4th. Ryan Walker running out of fuel. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I gotta say, that is quite a finish. An unfortunate ending. Byron DeBello is in 6th. Tyler Mariglia and Alistair Pollock in 8th. Rudolph, let's not count him. He wasn't in the race. Okay, let's bring that down because I want to take a look at these cars. They're about to start. There it is. They're right under that banner, the Aragon banner. Do we pull up that timing tower? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. You can see in the top left the track map. I'm going to put the initials. So everyone, what do you guys prefer? Let me know after the race if you prefer initials or not. Initials. Here's initials, 3 letters, car number. We're on car number. Let's do car number once again. You can hear the engines revving up, and away we go. There's Andreas is in. Hey, Andreas is in the lead. Adam Schmidt is in 2nd. Emil Koopmans already gained 1 position, and there's Adam Schmidt. He is really sending that deep into turn 1, not allowing Andreas to come back onto the track and just being super aggressive. It looks like Adam Schmidt feels bad about what he's done. He is sitting in the sin bin and putting himself into the very back of the field very, very quickly for, I guess, what would be moral reasons, and it's good reasons. I think he went a little bit deep onto that into that braking zone, and so yeah, Andreas Kirchberger is now ahead of Adam Schmidt after that incident. And you know what that's actually done? Oh, and there goes Tyler off in the background, a sea of smoke, and he's able to save his car from hitting the wall, so that is going to benefit him for the long term of this race. There's Gonzalo. He is looking up the inside of Ryan Walker. So there is Ryan Walker is up a whole bunch of positions after the whole I can never say that word properly. Tongue tie myself too quickly, too easily. But there is Gonzalo. He is up the inside on that pass on Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker up a whole bunch of spots after that giant kerfuffle. The giant kerfuffle at the beginning, and Emil Koopmans is definitely the biggest benefiter of basically what happened in turn 1. So he is now back into that lead with a 2.2 second gap. The only thing is the person who set the fastest lap of the race last race in that 10-minute one, that's the guy behind him. So he's going to have to show his worth, show his pace, and see if he can break away from Gonzalo. Here's Ryan Walker as also in 3rd position. Andreas has made his way back up the field just a little bit. Alistair here is in 5th. There's Adam Schmidt. He has a long way to go. Here's Byron DeBello. Oh. There's Byron and Tyler way in the back. The caboose. So watch that interval, folks. He's at 2.3 seconds between Emil and Gonzalo. So if we're not watching them directly, you'll be able to follow along with that interval on that timing tower or the track map to see exactly how they're doing. If Gonzalo is able to reel him in and slowly wind down that gap, or if he's just not able to make that happen. So Alistair here now has Adam Schmidt in tow. It looks like Adam is getting closer and closer than ever. He wants to feel the heat off the exhaust of that dinosaur car, that purple pink machine. Here we go through the corkscrew. This corner, it's actually, from what I understand, it's called corkscrew in Spanish. So yeah, it's actually called corkscrew. So this is actually one of the trickiest braking zones right here into this, what would you call this? A funny bus stop, like a modified bus stop, a modified chicane. And it's absolutely blind. And let me see if I can grab the roll bar camera. And then right here, your car is totally unweighted as you're heading onto the straight. Being able to accelerate onto this straight is no easy task. And it makes it actually quite difficult to set up a pass into this really, really long straight. I don't think I've ever been on a straight as long as this since I would have to say Le Mans. That is probably the next longest set of straights. You're easily hitting 265 kilometers per hour as you head down that one. So at the very front of the pack, it looks like Emil Koopman's 202.2 and a 202.1. So what is that saying? Gonzalo's just slightly faster. So we're going to have to keep following that timing tower and see how that one goes. If he's able to make up that gap and fight for the win, fight for the lead of the race. Look at these guys sliding that car. This corner is a very fast corner. You just lift off, throw the car in, and just whip it round. And then you go back on that throttle right until, oh, and there it looks like Alistair's going a little bit wide, missing that apex, and that's allowing Adam Schmidt to pull him in, get closer than ever, and start thinking about how to set up that pass. That curve is not a curve that you want to hit. Absolutely not. Even though you're a dinosaur, sorry buddy, you cannot eat curves quite that big. So you gotta be careful with that one. Of course, hitting the curb will sacrifice your exit, and the exit is where the pace comes from. If you can't exit out of a corner, you're just not going to be as fast, and that's part of the challenge of these cars. No ABS, no traction control, very minimal to no front downforce. Rotating it is not an easy task. This is an absolute blind corner. Next time around, I'll get a better view of it from a driver's perspective so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to turn up the sound of the cars actually. Here you go. That was I apologize about that one. The sound of the cars was not loud enough. Here you go. You want to hear it even louder? Here we go. There you go. Head on to the very back straight. There is Adam Schmidt. Very, very close. He's going to make that move to the inside. Alistair is showing a lot of trust to not throw that defensive line. Adam Schmidt is poking the nose. He is showing his intentions, and he is taking that inside lane position. Both doing very well under braking. And there's Adam Schmidt. He is still side by side as they head through this sequence. It is not easy to go 2 by 2. And oh no. Adam Schmidt is committed murder, and you know what he's saying? Just keep and hold that position. Look at that. What a nice guy. There's Spider-Man, always doing things for the greater good. But and now Byron DeBello, look at that. He wants in on the action. Adam Schmidt's, after the mistake, that is nice. That's one of the nice things about racing in the leagues is you have a whole bunch of people who care about each other, and I just love pointing that part out. But that's brought Byron DeBello back into the mix. So this battle for 5th is now a 3-car tango. A little bit of a mixed apex from Alistair and Adam Schmidt there. Is there any damage on Alistair's car? It looks like it's, for the most part, okay. And I want to show you, here you go, the elevation as we go through these corners right here. That is a quick drop. You lock your left front tire if you're not careful every single lap. It'll make you frustrated. If that doesn't make you frustrated, you're a very calm, patient person, I gotta say. And this is one of the most tricky braking zones. You're cresting and absolutely blind. You have no idea where your apex is until the very last possible moment, and that is the most tricky braking zone, I think, on the corner. Well, second most tricky. This whole track is actually just quite tricky. It's very easy to win and lose time, as you can see right there. You think you want to brake late, and all of a sudden you've got a horrible exit onto that long straight where you can get easily past, and that's exactly what you're seeing right here. Adam Schmidt got, well, I mean, we couldn't see it, but we can definitely assume it, that Adam Schmidt got an excellent exit down that straight, and he's up the inside, easily able to take that position now off of Alistair, unless he goes real wide, and nope, he's got it done. He's placing his car in a perfect position where Alistair cannot take that one back, and there he goes, and there goes Tyler Mergula. Consistency here is brought Tyler, well, he's down 2 spots, but he's just gained 1 of those back, so huge plus and huge win for Tyler. It was that one mistake, I think it was, that Tyler had made. That spin, the big puff, the Magic Dragon at the very first lap, and that's what put Tyler a little bit further behind, but you know what? Stay with it. The worst thing that anybody can ever do is give up, always. I always say that, honestly, because it's really, really true. I'm gonna just quickly look at, with 6 minutes remaining, where is it? Best time. I want to see what is everyone's best time. So Emil Koopmans actually went a little bit faster, just a little bit faster, and he pushed it into the 201s. And what is the weather? Is it a little bit cooler? Nope, it's the exact same weather. So that is showing just very strong pace, and I actually want to see, can I bring up lap time history? There we go. No, it's not working. Oh well. Another day. We'll look into how to do that one another day. But there is everyone's best times right there. So where is it? Emil Koopmans at 201. So we got Gonzalo is at 202.1. Ryan Walker is at 202.8. And hopefully he doesn't run out of fuel on this time on this round here, because he's in 3rd position, up 1 spot from where he started. That 1 spot, 2 spots, I don't know. But Ryan Walker is up positions from where he started, that is for certain. And so if he's got enough fuel, he'll be in a really good spot for some good race points in 3rd there. Andreas Kirchberger, after starting in P1 on the very front. Yeah, I just want to take a look. Let's see if this works. No, it didn't work. I was going to try and bring up the starting grid. It didn't work. Anyways, if I remember correctly, it was Andreas who started in first. So the gains and losses are not looking correct. So I'm going to just pull those off. Oh. Yeah, so I'm going to just pull those off because they're clearly, absolutely clearly not working right now. So Andreas Kirchberger was in the very front row off that race start, and that horrible incident has just put him quite far back. When we bring up gap, Andreas is now 13 seconds behind the race leader of Emil Koopmans. Emil Koopmans with Gonzalo in second at 3.7 second gap. So you may have fast pace sometimes, but you have fast pace every single lap, every single race. Emil Koopmans I'm sure he's super happy that Philip Hammer hasn't showed up for this race, because it's allowed Emil an opportunity to win some races and get some real good season points for the Euro Global Division here. I'm actually curious to see if Emil Koopmans can keep this up. Is he going to be the first to dethrone the Hammer? Oh, yeah. Ryan Walker going a little bit deep. That is a very tricky braking zone to take, honestly, lap after lap. I think we're going to have 2 more laps to go. So this is Emil Koopmans going around turn 1 with 2 minutes 30 seconds left at a 2-minute lap. Yeah, we're going to have about 9 laps total on this one. And so at 9 laps, it looks like most of these drivers have spread out. And let's see, how is Tyler Marigula doing? Let's get a little bit of a blip view to the field. So with 15 minutes and a reverse grid top 4 and a lot of chaos in turn 1, and it's just shown a little bit of spreading out of this field. So here is Tyler Mergen. A little further up there is Byron DeBello. And at this point, these are great moments to do some practice laps so you can get some good time in for that reverse grid top 8. Now, because we actually have 8 drivers in this race, this is our lowest participation race that we've had all season on for basically over 1 full year of running this league. We've never really had a participation this low, but it really allows for a nice, intimate racing experience with people that you know, they care about you, you care about them. But for next week, we're definitely going to do our best to get a little bit more. With this format, it's just an absolute blast to have 3 race starts, 3 opportunities to get it right or get it wrong. So you can see these guys, the intervals, you can actually see. So this is 4 seconds behind. They can absolutely see each other. So they're not that far ahead or behind. There is Emil Kuma's, and a little bit of a lockup. Is that going to allow Gonzalo to close the gap a little bit? Oh, he's not able to take advantage of it. I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer. There we go. Look at that. Is a cool view of that hairpin. That is one tight corner. Absolutely a tight corner. And so we are going to have 1 more lap to go. There goes Emil Koopmans. There is Gonzalo. And in this moment, it looks like Alistair Pollock has rejoined the track. He must have had some damage, a meatball flag, something that made him want to go into the pit, maybe take some tires, take a breather, and just get a nice reset for himself. I actually like this view right here showing the corkscrew, and there's that lockup on the front left tire. It's really difficult, corner to not lock up that front left tire, I gotta say. When your front left tire is not even touching the ground at certain points, and it's very easy to lose traction on it. There's this blind corner into that left. Emil Koopman's getting that power down as best he can. These track limits are very generous. All you have to do is stay on that red and white. It's not white here, it's yellow. The red and yellow, and you'll be generally okay. You don't have to stay within that white line of the pavement like you do in Formula 1. Here, you really only have to stay within the red and yellow. So that means you can actually go quite far out. Here is that hairpin braking zone. Now you can see Emil Koopmans is not using that extra track. Why? Because there's a lot more grip on the pavement for braking. When you're a very sensitive braking zone, you actually don't want to use the curbing. It will make your braking distance that much longer and slow you down, surprisingly. There goes Emil Koopmans. He is now... Congratulations, he is now our winner for 2 races so far this evening. There's Gonzalo, he is up a whole bunch of spots, and he is going to come across in second. Here comes Ryan Walker, he's up a few spots as well. Consistency is key for Ryan Walker here. He is in third. There's Andreas Kirchberger. He is going to look to increase his consistency, I'm sure of it. He's got the pace, he's just got to add to that consistency. And he'll be right there at that very front pack, I guarantee it. There comes Adam Schmidt. Here's Byron DeBello. He's in 6th, not able to make use of that chaos that took place in front of him. And so Byron is coming across in 6th. Tyler coming across in 7th. The caboose, here he comes. Oh, is he going to hit the wall? Oh, that's soft. Oh, Tyler, I thought you were going to hit that full speed. Oh, and now we gotta wait for the dinosaur car to finish the race. Do. do, 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 do. Does that copyright? Do I get a copyright hit for that? You know, humming the humming the Jeopardy song. Is that how that goes? I hope not. I really hope not. Because here comes Alistair Pollock down that braking zone, and you can see some drivers do decide to use the yellow and the red curbing, but honestly, in that heavy braking zone, it's not recommended. You can actually bring your brake pedal up to 100% braking effort because of the such high speed you've got and the downforce on the car. You can momentarily hit 100% braking. Sort of neat little fact about that. Now they have that 1 minute warm up. Let me see if I can bring up those race results. There it is. That is the second race. So it looks like Gonzalo, I think he was second in the other race as well. So it's another repeat of Emil, Gonzalo. Ryan Walker did not run out of fuel. Look at that one. So he was able to actually hold on to that spot. Andreas, Adam, Byron, Tyler, Alistair. And Rudolph, once again, don't count him in. He didn't even show up, unfortunately. So he looks like he joined the session, did a few practice laps, and then decided to bail. So these guys have 15 seconds left in that little warm up there. And shortly I'll get the grid up. But 3 key points here is get a good start, avoid incidents, and just keep your tires in check, your rear tires in check as you exit out of corners very quickly, because those rear tires can get blasted full of heat if you're not careful. So those are going to be my 3 key points for this next race. Let's see how on point those are. Usually they're on point. Not always, but I try. Anyways, here is... Wait, this is not the... that is not the grid. Okay, so feature. That is not the grid. Come on, show me the grid. Nope. Okay. You're gonna just have to trust me that there was a reverse grid top 8 that happened. And so basically everyone's finishing position from the last race is flipped. And so that's what's going to be happening right here. As the engines are revving up, Barney on the right side, he's waving his green flag. So that puts Alistair Pollock into action. Tyler Mergula, and this is going to be 3 wide through turn 1. Everyone's trying to take advantage, a little bit of an off track. Alistair from the very front to the very back. Emil Koopmans round the outside on turn 2. Gonzalo and Emil Koopmans 3 wide. Oh, and Byron on the inside. Gonzalo on the middle, and Emil Koopmans is definitely in the place to be there. With a shorter distance to travel, is Gonzalo gonna let him go? And he does let him go. So that's gonna become really interesting as we go. We're gonna look up to the very leader of the race currently. This is Tyler Mergula. He's in the very front, so he got a pretty good launch and has been able to hold on. Here's Adam Schmidt in second. Is he going to make a move as he heads along this sweeping left turn? He is definitely lining himself up for it. There's Emil Koopmans. He's got Gonzalo in tow. Byron DeBello. Alistair Pollock. An absolute horrible start. There is Andreas. He is down a whole bunch of spots within all of that battling as well. So Tyler, he is holding it together. Absolutely proud of this guy for holding this together. Looks like he does very well when he's leading groups, but that is not the exit onto the back straight that he was looking for, and that's going to allow Adam Schmidt to walk on through. There goes Ryan Walker, Emil Koopmans, and this is just going to be a sea of tears for Tyler after that exit. And that is one small mistake leading into a big loss of positions. Emil Koopmans throwing that defensive line. He does not want Tyler to make up that spot back. Gonzalo, that is brave under braking, able to make it happen. But Tyler getting the better exit. When you blow your tires in the braking zone, it does not do you any benefit as you try and make that turn and exit out of that turn. So that put Adam Schmidt in the lead with Ryan Walker in second. Emil Kubins, there's Gonzalo. He is poking his nose. He wants to get by. That is absolutely for certain. Andreas, he looks like he's a little bit on the struggle bus trying to figure out how to solve the puzzle ahead of him. Gonzalo does not want to let this lead pack by. He is being so aggressive on the back of 226 driver here, Tyler Marigula, and Emil Kubins is doing the exact same on Ryan Walker. These guys want to get by as fast as they can. They have the pace, and they're going to try to solve that right here, right now. Let's see. Ryan Walker, ooh, and Emil Kubins getting the better exit into the corkscrew. Ryan Walker looks like he's going to be letting him go. Meanwhile, behind, Tyler is still putting up that fight that he definitely deserves to put up a fight for. To have that fourth position. A little bit further back, you got Byron DeBello with the two cars following him, 3-car battle. Up the inside into the blind braking zone. Gonzalo sends it. Tyler needs to respect that there's a car there, and there goes Gonzalo. He is now through. But great driving from both of these drivers. Tyler trying to poke his nose and maybe get that position back. He is pushing that car as hard as he can, and it's just not working out for him, unfortunately. There goes Adam Schmidt, Emil Kubins, Ryan Walker, Gonzalo Fernandez, Tyler Marigula, Byron DeBello, Alistair Pollock, and Andreas Kirchberger, the caboose of this train. And everyone is absolutely in contact with each other. This is for the win of the race up at the very front. Of course, not the very last lap right now. So I should be saying the lead of this race. My bad on that one. And then Gonzalo is in fourth position. He has a lot of ground to make up if he wants to get back into contesting for the win of the race. Oh, and these guys they're so close they can all give a nice hug and a kiss to each other. So Adam Schmidt has Emil Kubins, who's won 2 races already, hot in tow. Good exit. Oh, maybe not good enough because Emil is now challenging for the outside lane position as we head through this corner. And that open up Adam Schmidt to be passed? Not quite, but it's getting very close very quickly. So this is 5 minutes into the 20-minute race with a full reverse grid top 8. And it's just a great display of how the reverse grid top 8 actually really spices up the racing in all the best kind of ways when you're around drivers that are very respectful of you and you're respectful of them. There's a lot of opportunity for great racing, great experience. Here's Andreas. Is he going up the inside into the blind braking zone? He's definitely poking his nose. He's thinking about it. Oh, and a little bit of a spin from Byron. I don't think he was assisted in that one. It was just a little bit of a too much throttle. And that's definitely something that can happen coming out of that corner. The rear end of that car, it's swinging like a pendulum. It is not easy to just control that rear end. And so, yeah, I don't think that was assisted. I don't see any damage on Alistair's car. So I think that was a self-inflicted injury. We're going to head up to the very lead of the race. There hasn't been any changes yet other than Gonzalo Fernandez able to make up that gap and get into this battle for the lead. So this is now a 4-car fight that Adam Schmidt is holding on to for he is holding on to P1 in this 4-car fight. I'm saying things forwards, backwards, and all the way around. And here goes Emil Kubins. Is he going to be able to go around the outside in the most unlikely way? Adam Schmidt, is he going to take that curve? Oh, that is smart. Smart of Emil Kubins to back out, allow him to have it, and not blow those tires to smithereens too soon, too early. You got 13 minutes to go. But you can see the little bit of a wiggle as Adam gets onto the power. So he's definitely on the struggle bus. He is racing in his head right now, and you can see it with the way that his car is being controlled. Emil Koopmans, is he going to go up the inside into the corkscrew? He is adding pressure from every possible angle, and if he's not careful up in the very front, Adam Schmidt, he's going to lose that lead of the race. He's got another 2 cars with Ryan Walker and Gonzalo Fernandez that are also going to try and walk on through. So this is really, really heating up for the lead of the race here. Here we go into that. This is the most awkward part of the track, I gotta say. The car just feels light through the entire thing. Every braking zone, you brake earlier than you think you should to set up for the exit, which leaves you wide open. It feels like to be passed, to be dive bomb, all of the most wonderful, horrible things that iRacing can ever offer. So Adam Smith throwing the defensive line. He does not want to give that up. Emil Koopmans going to be round the outside. Who is going to be more brave under the brakes? It looks like Emil Koopmans under braking is already able to claim that position. But, oh, and Adam Schmidt battling back. The better exit prevails. And so this is going to be absolutely too wide into turn 1. Adam Schmidt on the inside, the shorter distance traveled. Is it going to be the winner overall? Let's see who's got the better tires as they head through turn 1. Oh, Emil Koopman's able to keep that nose up ahead. And so these long sweeping right turns, he's able to get Adam behind him and start throwing the defensive lines back and start building that gap, getting him away from Gonzalo. Emil Koopman's strategy, I absolutely guarantee it, is to get himself as far away from Gonzalo as possible. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle, and that is going to make things extra spicy. Does Adam go up the inside after seeing that wiggle? There he goes. He is poking that nose. He is there at the apex side by side, but not getting the exit he was hoping for. Absolutely not. In the background, it looks like Gonzalo is able to get by Ryan Walker through the turn 1, 2, 3 sequence, and a little bit of wiggle coming out of the corkscrew. Whew. These guys are getting close up at the very front. So Adam Schmidt, he is, looks like a little bit of a different line. Oh, and he's blown that braking zone. Oh, that is not going to help his race at all. And so that's put Gonzalo directly behind Emil Koopman. So Emil Koopman's strategy of get away from Gonzalo, it worked until it didn't. And now he's got the driver who's most likely to take the winning chances for Emil away is right in his draft. That's 6/10 behind. So he is right there ready to contest for the lead of this race. I'm not sure how this race is going to end, so I'm just calling it as is. I tried to avoid all the spoilers and not find out how it's going to finish. So Andreas Kirchbergler, I love that Kirchbergler. You are now forever the Kirchbergler. He's still trying to find a way through Alistair Pollock. So Alistair Pollock, who is also directly behind Tyler Mergula. This is funny. Birds? Yeah, this is I don't know if you can see this paint scheme, but it says pigeons are birds aren't real. This paint scheme, it's hilarious. Anyways, I won't go on too long about that paint scheme that Tyler's running here. If you want to see it, you can see it when you join the race and take a better look at it then. It's just absolutely a spoof kind of a paint scheme. I find it hilarious. I hope you find it hilarious too, anyways. But Andreas is still behind Alistair. Ryan Walker up here, he is now directly behind Adam Schmidt. We basically have battles going on all throughout the track. And Tyler, as he's coming down the hill, coming out of the corkscrew, he's in 5th position, holding his own. While he may be 4.8 seconds behind that lead group, he is still in a very good spot overall. Being in 5th position and holding his own for so long at the very front, you know what? Kudos to Tyler. for once, he's actually put himself in a good spot. He's had a very great race so far. Other than, I think, that corner is going to haunt him for the rest of his life, as you can see right there. And that's allowed Andreas and Alistair to go on through. Now, is Andreas going to make a move to the inside as we head into the hairpin, that heavy braking zone? And he does. He takes that inside lane position there, side by side. Does Andreas blow the braking zone, or is he able to stick it and hold on? He hits that apex, and he is finally making his way through the car of 20. That is the car of 211 on Alistair Pollock. So Andreas, he's got a long way to go if he wants to make up some gap to Ryan Walker. He's got 7 minutes remaining in this race, so it's not a huge amount of time. And Ryan Walker has very, very consistent pace, which has not been shown by Andreas today in this race. So I'm really curious to see if Andreas can hold on to 5th position, or if he really can put his head down, focus, and get to 4th or 3rd. So we'll have to see as this race goes on. 7 minutes remaining, so it's not a heck of a lot of time. And Emil Kuman's at the very front. He is struggling to drop R23. Fernandez is using every inch of track, as you can see. I don't even know if that is an off track. I do not think that was an off track. His car is just barely on track. You can be right at the very edge of the red and yellow, just like what you were seeing there. So 7/10 behind, he is still very much in that draft range. Ooh, and this corner, I love this track and I hate this track. It's an absolute love-hate. Oh, and there goes Gonzalo. His rear end just not behaving the way that he was hoping, and so that's put him 3+ seconds behind. Emil Kumans has now relieved that pressure off of his back, and so he's Atlas no longer. He's not holding the globe on his shoulders. 3.9 seconds. That is a huge, sizable, and comfortable gap. Gonzalo now has Adam Schmidt and Ryan Walker directly behind him in his draft, with tires that are not in the temperature window that he is hoping that for them to stay in for 5 more minutes. So that is 3 more laps. So 8, 9, 10. We are going to have a 10-lap race, if I'm counting that out correctly. Math be math, and math not my strong suit. So we're looking back here. Andreas Kirchberger, he's in 5th position still. The gap to Ryan Walker, 6.6. Last time we checked, now it's at 6.9. So the consistency turn by turn over a course of 1 lap, it's in favor of Ryan Walker to stay in his spot that he's at, especially if Andreas is going to miss the apex quite as wide as that and put the power down to the point that your car is going sideways. This is not going to help your race out long term when you got 3 more laps to run. Ooh, you know what? Alistair Pollock, he may have an opportunity to gain that spot back off of Andreas. So we're going to have to follow along with that one. I'm going to look quickly here, though, to Ryan Walker coming down the corkscrew following Adam Schmidt. Adam Schmidt's losing that advantage he had to have a run at Gonzalo. And why is that? Because the draft, the draft is good for a few tenths every lap, but definitely a few tenths, honestly, every single straight. But at 1.7, 1.8, you're not exactly... Oh! You're not exactly going to be able to take advantage of that draft. And Adam Schmidt, that is the corner to haunt everybody. That is a corner of nightmares for Adam Schmidt. He's now got Ryan Walker, who's shown consistency lap after lap, up the inside, into the hairpin, taking that position off of Adam Schmidt. And is Adam able to fight back? Absolutely not. This is Ryan's position to hold on to. And now take it away. Does Adam Schmidt fight it back into turn 1? He's definitely going to have that opportunity. Does he go for the inside? There he goes for that lane position on the inside. Adam Schmidt under braking, not allowing a lot of space for Ryan Walker. Fair fight. perfectly fair fight. He is not giving too many inches, and that's put Ryan Walker right back behind him. And let's see, the corner of nightmares. Let's see if it strikes again, because not one driver, not just two drivers, three drivers, just this one race. It has been an absolute nightmare and destroyed hearts. It's breaking hearts left and right, breaking necks, breaking hearts. This closest battle on track, and I love to do this. Let's see, best time. Let's bring up everyone's best time. So Gonzalo absolutely does have the best time at 2:02.0, almost 3 full tenths quicker than Emil Koopmans. But that consistency, lap after lap, is always going to be the winner. You don't win with one quick lap. You win by getting to that finish line first, lap after lap. And so Emil Koopmans is just showing that once again. This is looking to be his third race this evening that he'll have won. That is absolutely incredible drive from Emil Koopmans. So 2:02.3, what was Emil's last lap? There you go. And there is the difference maker right there. Right there, that is the difference maker. You can see how Andreas has pulled away a little bit off of Alistair with a sizable lap time difference, 1 second almost. And so that would explain how. Here we go with last laps now coming through. I'm gonna bring up best laps at best lap. There you go. So there's best lap, everyone's most recent lap coming on through. And so Adam Schmidt is still a little bit behind. Now he's a little bit more behind Gonzalo. So he's very effectively lost that draft to Gonzalo. And he has Ryan Walker in tow. So Ryan Walker, I'm sure that Ryan Walker's driving style is also benefiting the longer life of the tires. I mean, that's just an assumption, but based off of Ryan Walker's performance here, I feel like that's a very good assumption to make. He's having great exits, great apexes, and his car is just not showing all those signs of misbehaving. It's a very controlled state, as you can see, corner by corner. Gonzalo very, very fast, as you can see. He made a mistake under braking, and on exit, those rear tires are just betraying him, and so his car's gone a little bit wild. So he's gonna have to fight those tires, fight that car to bring this thing across that finish line. This is the very last lap. Here we go. There is Emil Koopmans coming onto the very back straight right there. You can see in the background, there you go. There is Gonzalo Fernandez. There's Adam Schmidt, Ryan Walker. This is going to be the very final hairpin. The interval's looking like a little bit much for any pass attempts to happen, unless they want to be extremely brave, and I'm doubtful of that one, I'll be honest. There is Emil Koopmans' final braking zone, taking it nice and easy. Gonzalo nose of the car, diving down, turning towards that apex. Adam Schmidt, ooh, almost brave enough under braking, but not quite. There is Emil Koopmans coming across, taking that checkered flag. We're going to watch him win this race. Congratulations, Emil Koopmans, for taking the checkered flag not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. Taking a lot of amazing season points. That is a wonderful, wonderful drive from Emil Koopmans. Gonzalo coming across in second once again. That is 2 times. Emil Koopman, then Gonzalo Fernandez, second place. Adam Schmidt in third. There is... Here we go. Boom! Then Ryan Walker in fourth. He had enough fuel this time round. Ryan Walker's car, he must have started in the qualifying setup that first race. That would be my guess anyways. Then Andreas Kirchberger, able to get by Alistair Pollock and able to stay ahead. So there is Alistair in 6th, Tyler Marigula in 7th, and Byron DeBello, after that bigger mistake at the very beginning, he ended up in 8th. So there we go. That is our final broadcast. And thank you guys all for watching. Hope you all had a good time. And I'll see you guys next week. Maybe we'll be able to do it live. Maybe not. We'll have to see. I'll see you guys later.